Hi friends, I'm back with another video. This one is going to be for Tool Time Tuesday. This month we have all been concentrating on stencils. I love using stencils, but it's not for a lot of heavy mixed media yet. Let me just go through the kit and then we'll keep talking. So these photographs are of my niece Victoria. I like that she's got a bright pink ball. I'm thinking of using a couple of things. I was going to use it for these stars, maybe these other like a Harlequin style type of stencil. I wanted to use just the stars, but I might try incorporate this. I also had in mind using this stencil. I think this goes, and this was my train of thought. You want to line up the ball to go down the lane and to hit the pins, right? That's the whole point of bowling. So that's what I thought of. You want to keep the ball going in one direction so that your main objective to go bowling is to hit those pins. So that's what I thought of with these directions. And I know one is going this way and then one is going the other way. Maybe it's just you send the ball and then it sends it right back to you in the return. I also love the idea of this die. I did like this because it reminded me of like those, like this part right here where it says strike or gutter ball, spare. That's a good idea if you have letter stickers or something and you want to do the same ordeal, but you don't have this exact line. You can make your own, or even cut out a star shape if you don't have a die and you want to put some words over it, and that'll be the title to your page if you make one big enough. And I saw that I had these I'm spilling everywhere, guys. Anyway, these are little cut aparts. Paper doll, and he's got his little underwear, which would also be a good idea, you know, for potty training. See, full of ideas today, just all sorts. But you've got little tiny tickets, you've got the little zoo outfits, you've got little soccer or sports outfit. Like it just comes with different types of outings. Here are the little outfits. They're only boys. I just realized that. So I grabbed these cut aparts because they're specific to bowling. And then as I was laying down the stuff so that you could see the introduction to this video, I put these over by the side, but then I realized I could fussy cut the bowling strip and then use these kind of like a prize ribbon. Not that she was in a competition or anything, but wouldn't that be neat? Oh, and then we can use this die again, the one with the star, to kind of have it behind the ribbon, or even one of the circles. Since I have them out, I have these readily available. This is my holy grail. I use this one all the time. Once I misplaced one of my circles and I nearly cried because I thought I was gonna have to buy a whole set again because I don't like that whole incompleteness of it. And then the main star of the show really is going to be this one. I love this sunburst idea, but it also kind of reminds me of like the noise and the explosion star. So I figured I'd use this. I'm not really going to use it as a stencil, but I'm going to use it more like a template, which you can also do with your stencils. That is no big deal. And so the last thing that I'm going to bring in or show you is this embellishment pack set. These are, I think, are from the paper pack, but I just stuck them in here because it was a lot easier to see these as embellishments. And so we're gonna use these things. I'm gonna set the video on to play out while I put this layout together, and we'll see what I do with the stencil. So there goes another shoe, was flying. Gonna end up losing all of those. Look, it's red. They go with the little, that one doesn't. If it's a boy, I don't think I'm gonna care anyway. I'd rather it be used than not touched, right? My mind must have been all over the place when filming through the video. I did decide to trace the stencil onto my pattern paper, and then as I was doing that, I saw that my little bowling pin die cut was not completely cut out, and so I decided as I was cutting it out that I could use it as another die cut. And so that's where the idea came that I could use it as my own stencil so that I can create more bowling pin shapes onto my pattern paper. That might have not been innovative or mind-blowing, but it still created more momentum towards the creative, and that's what I really liked about that. Okay, as you saw, I made myself my own little stencil, and if I was a lot more clever, I'd figure out a way to make a stencil where I could do it in layers, where I could make another stencil for the shadow effect or even the stripes. I, one, don't have time for that, and two, don't think I really want to spend that much time on one embellishment for one layout, although this could be a stencil, a handmade stencil that I can use over and over for myself. Now, it would probably be too harsh maybe if I did the shadow effect for this bowling pin, but I could probably use the Lost Shadow Distress ink to kind of make shadows of bowling pins on the background of the layout, especially if it shows up. If not, I can try to use another color ink, but nevertheless, that's still something that I thought I could probably incorporate. And not only that, it goes to show that you can make your own stencils just with paper. Of course, there's now specialty products that you can use with your cutting machine so that you can make them out of, I think, like the same type of stencil material, duh. Anyway, I'll continue on. What I'm going to do now, or if you can see here, I did pull out some embellishments because I haven't used brads and I kind of want to use them. I pulled a couple with the little cardboard cutout. I'm going to ink some of the papers, and then also my background papers and my sunburst paper. Here it is all cut up. I don't think I showed you yet. And pardon the dogs, the windows are open. Like I said, it's hot. So I'm going to go and ink a few of the things, and then I'll get started on how I'm going to place this layout together. Come here. What you doing, kitty? What you kitty? Who wants some scritches? You want some scritches? Hi, LJ. Thanks for putting your cat hair all over my stuff. I really appreciate that. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? All right, so I haven't glued all this down, but I've been playing around with it, and I went and inked everything, and then I started playing with stuff because I got carried away and got the creative mind flowing, and so I started putting stuff on the paper naturally. Who does not do that? I do have a couple of things that I want to see if I can maneuver differently. I have this punch by Tim Holtz. It's actually a Tim Holtz brand. I wonder if he just didn't sell many of these, that he didn't keep going into this, but I really like this punch. I figured I needed a contrast in color. I do have a lot of this teal. I feel like it blends a lot with this background paper. I finished doing my cut up stencil pattern here in the orange, and I really like how that came out, and I inked everything that was cut apart except for this Let's Go Bowling and the bowling pin itself. Now, I do have a lot of that orange ray coming out, and so I want to incorporate this green because I do have it here in this tab, which I didn't know where it was going to go. I know I needed something to kind of balance out this family fun title that I put in, and it's kind of I want some contrast with this green, and so I figured I have this little floaty out here, only because I feel like the eye needs to lead your eye somewhere, right? So I figured that one out here kind of random isn't gonna hurt anything. Actually, well, see here's my dilemma. If I put it over here, just the brads, that might be a good cluster. It's not a big enough. Oh, hello. Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm already thinking that if I put a cluster over here, it'll be fine. I'm gonna ink these two pieces because I feel like it'll stand out. It'll help give it some contrast, and they won't blend too far in to the pattern paper. Not that I'm afraid of that happening, because it is a very clear color contrast in the color. So I am using some of those. Oh, look it, I never even incorporated this. I just realized that I really wanted to use these pieces. I thought it was so darling that they were gonna go like this somewhere. Should we put them in there anyway? It's too much. It's too much. I went in another direction, people. I got ahead of myself, and now we've gone in a different direction. I'm thinking I want to use this stencil, and since I have this here, I want to repeat some of the patterns in the blue background maybe, and just kind of add the heads with a tone-on-tone color. So I'm gonna go look for a color for that. I don't even think I would be able to figure out, and I'm gonna reach across my ink shelf, and I don't know if that's going to cause some shaking in the camera. If it does, I am so sorry. Let me see. See, I think that one might go. I'm just kind of testing it out on a little bit of paper over here. And I think that might give it enough contrast. The problem is that I don't have enough space to really tell. I think we'll just go with that and wing it. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. I'm not going to stress so much about perfection. Now, I have a lot of brads hanging out around the page, and that's okay for me. I kind of wanted some to kind of, I kind of wanted some to kind of. That's kind of repetitive, kind of. I wanted some of these brads to bookend this little piece right here. I like that I added this big circle here. It kind of brings in this little cluster together. I am gonna put this one little dude, he's gonna hold the camera. So, I mean, he has nothing to do with the photographs because they're of my niece, but I figured maybe he's the photographer taking these pictures, highlighting my niece, right? That's a story. Maybe I gotta make up a story in order to make it happen for me, but that's what my brain is doing. And so I am going to dress the dude up. He's got a the little character up. He's got a little bowling outfit. It's way little. How are we supposed to see where the outfit and how the outfit is if there's no the pictures are just so small. The little dudes have little different colored underwear. I think that's adorable. Look at this. They even have little bowling pins here, which I did not take out, but maybe we shall. Here's one. I think this would be a cute contrast because it has the diamond and it has the orange and the teal. That would be a cute little outfit. And a little bowler's bag. We can totally incorporate all this in here. More is more, and for me, more is merrier. And so let's just kind of sit these all right here at the bottom. There's his bag. There's the bowling pin. Maybe I'll just even add the bowling ball right across there. We had the shoes earlier. I think I rescued some. I think I threw them back in here. Let's take out these big pieces so we can see the rest of the embellishments. That's not a bowl. Here's a painter's palette. We don't need that right now, but it is tray cute. And the paintbrush. Regular shorts. No, thank you. Maybe I might even add, maybe I might even add a bowling pin. Maybe I might add this whole situation over here with the bag and the bowling ball and all that, and then I'll put the brads there. That might be a great idea. Way to go, Daisy. Should we do the red shoes or should we do the little teal shoes? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna come back. I'm going to get some of this glued down, and then I'll talk about what I did in the process. But so far, I think the layout is coming out pretty well. I kind of just want to be done and over with, but then I get, who does this? Can anybody else just chime in with me and let me know if you figured out, okay, I want to get this done. It's done. Daisy, it's done. And you tell me if you do this where you're like, it's done. And then all of a sudden here come the little details and you want to just add more and more and more. I can't be the only one, right? So I'm going to back this top notch thing that has a little award thing. Not that she won any, but it's okay. Like I said, we're making up stories in our minds, and that's not a bad thing. Sometimes that helps us get there creatively. It helps us push forward. I think, you know, he needs shorts, he needs shoes. I kind of want a frame for the picture. pictures because it's partial. It's a partial of one and then a whole. I think this is a whole 4x6, but I'll come back. I'll try and get some of this progress done, and then will come back to me. Okay, bye. So I eventually remove everything and get started with the ideas that are blocking the creative traffic from moving forward. And I decided to do the blue ink on there, and then I decided to use the other stencil. Yay me! I used 2 stencils and I made my own. People, who am I? And I laid down the stencil that I used for the bowling pin. And then I decided that I was going to do a contrasting color in stars, and I thought that idea was super neat and clever of me. I moved the stencil farther away from the one that I had just created so that it would give the ink some time to finish drying up. And there I'm showing you the pictures up close of the bowling pins that I used that I stenciled. Here are some close-up pictures of the layout. The last picture will have something that is like the semi entirety of the layout. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the other ladies that are participating in the Tool Time Tuesday collaboration, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.